In this video, I'm going to add some interactivity to our address card component, and in the process, we will learn how to use some of the Angular features to handle events in your components. Right now, our address card component isn't really interactive. It's just read-only. Now, I want to add a feature where you have this link over here or a button here, which lets you expand and collapse contact information. Right? By default, this address card component should have just the name and the designation, and have a button over here, let's say, and you click on a button, it expands the address and the phone number information, and you click on the button again, it collapses it. It's a good use case to demonstrate click and event functionality in Angular. So let's take a look at that. I'll close the CSS, and I'm going to open the TypeScript file here. This has a user object. I am probably going to need another variable, a member variable, to hold on to the expand and collapse status of this thing over here. All right, so by default, I'm going to say is collapsed is true, and this is by default a boolean because I'm assigning a value which is a boolean, but I'm going to go ahead and define it explicitly for the sake of clarity. I have an is collapsed here, which is by default true, and in my HTML, the address and the phone together need to be in a div because I need to expand and collapse them together. So I'm going to put this inside one div. Indent them, and then let me make sure I don't break any styling with the div. Yeah, it still works the same. And now I'm going to hide this by default with the star ngIf not is collapsed. We've already seen ngIf before. Let me move this here. I was adding it to the wrong component. So this should be in the address card component. Is collapsed is by default set to true, and so this is collapsed. In my address card HTML, I'm looking at is collapsed, and I'm going to show the div only if it is not collapsed. What I do want to do though is add a button here so that I can expand and collapse the div. So I'm going to say this is a button, and then I'm going to call this expand/collapse. We can change the naming once we've gotten the functionality to work. So here's the button, right? Right now it doesn't do anything, but what I want it to do is when you click on the button, I want it to toggle the value of the is collapsed boolean variable. The first time I click on it, it's going to be, by default it's set to true, so it's going to turn it to false, and the thing is going to expand because I wired it to an ngIf. The second time I click on the button, it's going to toggle it again, so is collapsed is set to true, and then thanks to this ngIf, this div is going to get hidden automatically. So we have the infrastructure in place to do the right thing based on the value of is collapsed. Now the question is, how do I change the value of is collapsed based on this button click? Well, the way to handle click events is by telling Angular to run a function when the button is clicked. All right, so let's say I have the button over here. Let's say I have the function here. In my address card component, let's say I call it toggle collapse. And then I'm going to say this dot is collapsed is not this dot is collapsed. So basically it toggles it every time, right? So I have the function here. Now all I want to do is tell Angular to run this function when this expand collapse button is clicked. I need to use a special syntax. Well, think about how you handle click events in pure HTML and JavaScript. You would use something like this: click equals and then your function, right? This can be a global function, it can be something on the window object, and then the browser is going to automatically execute it. But we don't want to have a function in the global object execute when the click button is clicked. We want to have a function in the component class of this component execute. So in order to do that, we don't want to call the click of the browser, we want to call the click API of Angular. You surround the click word with parentheses. Now that you do this, the browser is essentially going to ignore it because it's not like the click that you call for the browser API. However, Angular is going to be looking for syntax like this, and it's going to say, okay, this is my click, and Angular is going to handle it by looking at your expression and looking for a function in your component which has that same name. So in this case, it's toggle collapse. So I'm going to tell Angular to run the toggle collapse function. Press save. And now we see this. It is toggling. And thanks to ngIf, it automatically shows and hides it based on the value of the is collapsed. Right? So this is the syntax that you use in order to handle click. You can throw this click with parentheses on any element, and Angular is going to map the click for you, and you can have it execute a function that is in your component. This part is similar to all the other stuff that we looked at. Just like you have user.name, and user is assumed to be a property of the component class. Similarly, when you pass in the click with the parentheses, Angular is going to assume that this is a method on the component class. So if you're asking Angular to execute something, you better have created that method in the component class in the first place to do what you want Angular to do when that button is clicked, right? So this is click handling in Angular. Now, before we wind up, one other thing I can do is make sure the expand and collapse shows the right text when the button is expanded or when the div is expanded or collapsed. So rather than show both, what I'm going to do is make this expand, make this collapse, and I'm going to add an ngIf on these two. So ngIf is collapsed, then the button becomes expand. ngIf not is collapsed, the button becomes collapse. Let's save this, and now we see it says expand. Click on it, the button turns to collapse. Click on it, it collapses, and the button turns back to expand.